Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktirabhavati Naishaki Grandraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 26th chapter, titled as Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. So in this chapter, Kapil Dev is explaining to Mata Devhuti about how this material world is created. So in the beginning, there is creation of 24 elements by Supreme Personality of Godhead. These 24 elements, which includes earth, water, air, fire, ether, 5 objects of senses, 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, mind, ego, intelligence, and spirit, soul, consciousness. And the 25th element is the time. Then, these are all called as pradhana. Then this pradhana, these 24 elements are activated and they became prakriti. When they are activated, then there is formation of first element which is formed after the activation is called Mahat Tattva. This can be understood by analogy of clay. The clay in its raw state is pradhana. Then we mix the water, that becomes very soft clay, which becomes now the prakriti. And then with the help of that soft clay, then you start designing a pot. That is Mahat Tattva. Now this Mahat Tattva in the beginning has a quality, and that quality is pure. So in the previous shloka, Kapila Devi is explaining to Mata Devhuti the mode of goodness, which is clear, sober state of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and which is generally called Vasudev or consciousness, becomes manifest in Mahat Tattva. So this pure state of consciousness is called as Mahat Tattva. And that is also called as Vasudev. So pure state of consciousness is the quality of Mahat Tattva, and which is free from mode of passion and ignorance. Right? So this is pure consciousness, pure Shuddha Sattva. When one is in Shuddha Sattva, one is able to perceive a Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. And that quality of Shuddha Sattva is there in Mahat Tattva. That pure goodness is explained here further in the shloka number 22. So here Kapila Dev is saying to Mata Devhuti, Swachhatvam avikaritvam shantatvam iti chetasa vrittibhir lakshanam proktam yathapam prakriti para. Swachham, which means clarity. Avikaritvam, free from all distraction, the quality of this pure goodness. Shantatvam, serenity. That is the quality of this pure consciousness. Chetasa. Vrittibhi lakshanam proktam. Lakshanam are the traits. Vrittibhi, characteristics. Yatha apam prakriti para. And the analogy given is of water, apam. In the natural state, water is very pure, right? So here the analogy of Shuddha Sattva, which is the quality of Mahat Tattva, is explained with the analogy of water. Kapil Dev is saying, after the manifestation of Mahat Tattva, these features appear simultaneously. As water in its natural state, before coming in contact with earth, is clear, sweet, and unruffled. So the characteristic traits of pure consciousness are complete serenity, clarity, and freedom from destruction. Right? So what is the quality of pure consciousness? As similar to water which is pure, is very clear in appearance, very sweet and unruffled, uncontaminated. So the pure consciousness is also consists of serenity, clarity, and it is freedom from distraction for material attraction. These are the qualities of pure goodness, right? So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining the Shuddha Sattva as the pure status of consciousness, which is called as Krishna consciousness. It exists in the beginning, just after creation. Consciousness is not polluted. The more one becomes materially contaminated, however, the more consciousness becomes obscure. In pure consciousness, one can perceive a slight reflection of Supreme Personality of Godhead. As in the clear, unagitated state of water, which is free from impurities, one can see everything clearly. So in pure consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness, one can see everything as they are. One can see the reflection of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one can see his own existence as well. This state of consciousness is very pleasing, transparent, and sober. In the beginning, consciousness is pure. Right? So here, Srila Prabhupada is explaining the nature of Shuddha Sattva, pure consciousness, which is nothing but Krishna consciousness. When we are devotees of Lord, when our consciousness is for Krishna, at that time, in the pure consciousness, we do not have any material identity. When we are in pure consciousness, we think that we are eternal servant of Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We do not have material ego. We give credits rather than we take credits. We do not have any desire to do sinful activities. We have all the desire to serve as a servant of Lord Krishna. That is pure consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition as explained by Srila Prabhupada. Krishna consciousness is a natural state of every living entity to love and serve. This is prema and seva. Every living entity wants to serve and love someone. But when the same propensity of loving and serving is directed towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, that is pure consciousness or Supreme Consciousness. In this material world, we may love and serve so many things. Somebody loves a country, somebody loves some pet animal, somebody loves another human being, somebody loves some food. And for that love, one is working very hard. But no matter how much amount of work we do, as soon as the body is finished, all so-called love and service are finished. But when the same love and service is directed towards Krishna, towards the Paramatma, towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one who created this whole material world, when we love and serve Krishna, then even after this body is finished, that love and service will be carried forward from one life into another. And when ultimately we are completely purified, we get released from this complete cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. And that is pure consciousness or Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is nothing artificial. It is a natural state of loving and serving to everybody else around us, including the material nature, the people, the animals, by keeping in mind that we all are part and parcel of Krishna. Everybody is spirit soul. We are all Atma and we are part and parcel of Paramatma. So when we see somebody and start serving, so by serving them, we are serving Krishna, right? So that is our natural state of Krishna consciousness or pure consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not a religion, it is a science. The Krishna consciousness is a book called as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where Rupa Goswami explains about this science of Krishna consciousness. So it is a systematic process. It is nothing sentimental. Krishna consciousness is not sentimental. Krishna consciousness is philosophy with spirituality, which is mixed together. So understanding Krishna consciousness in a scientific way is possible through Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So everybody is encouraged to read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. With that, we'll pause here. We'll continue our discussion tomorrow. With Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanand.